several more people on the phone, but unfortunately we're only going to be able to take one more call. So this will be our last call this afternoon. Hello and welcome to our Sunday afternoon question and answer program. Please go ahead with your call.
Can you hear me? You okay, Chris?
Yes, we can hear you well. Please go ahead.
Okay, this kind of pertains to what the former gentleman said there. Could you read 2 verses and then I'd like to ask you a question. In Psalms 27, verse 4 and 10.
Okay. Psalm 27 verse 4 says, "One thing have I desired of Jehovah, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of Jehovah all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of Jehovah, and to inquire in his temple." And in verse 10 of the same psalm, "When my father and my mother forsake me, then Jehovah will take me up."
Yes, and in Revelation 10, it talks about, "Then there shall be time no longer." And is that when the judgment on the church and the world began, that we live in the time that there is no longer, and our hope is to be in the kingdom of God with him forever?
Well, that verse in Revelation 10 is extremely difficult, and I don't really want to get into that. I know that some people, not you, but I'm familiar with some others who try to point to that verse, and in order to get into other kinds of ideas. In other words, they build upon that verse when I don't think they even understand it. And it's very difficult. It has to be carefully worked out, and I know we went through it in the study of Revelation, but I at this time would just like to step back from it and continue to pray for wisdom about it, and wait on God to open up our understanding to it. You know, we don't come to a conclusion about a very difficult verse like that and then build other things upon it. We have to have everything harmonizing and coming together, and the conclusion that I've heard others draw does not harmonize with a great number of other Bible verses. But here in Psalm 27, verse 10, "When my father and my mother forsake me, then Jehovah will take me up." And here, the idea of being forsaken has to do with being left for trial. Left for trial. The testing of all God's people in the day of judgment. God, in other words, God had his people declare May 21, 2011, Judgment Day, exclamation point. The Bible guarantees it. And this, I fully believe, was according to God's purpose, that the whole world would be warned in a most serious way. And it was also according to God's purpose to hold back information regarding Judgment Day until we entered into Judgment Day, and therefore it gave the appearance, when that date did not happen as we thought it would, that all was wrong, that we had trusted and we were completely wrong in placing our trust upon all these Bible verses that were locking in and harmonizing in a way like never before. And so in other words, it was like the Bible and God forsook his people, that was the setting up of the tableau for the demonstration of the elect making their appearance in the day of judgment. And God is the Father, and the Word of God our mother. So when my father and my mother forsake me, then Jehovah will take me up. That is, it's in the same judgment day at its completion that God will resurrect and rapture all of his people. He will take us up at the time of this apparent forsaking, although we have been left. Remember, I think it was it Hezekiah, King Hezekiah, where God says that he left him or forsook him in order to try him to see what was in his heart. And that's the idea here. But thank you for calling and sharing. And I would like to thank everyone for joining with us today and sharing your questions and comments, and especially the Bible verses that we had an opportunity to read and to consider.